So first you want to start off by taking 3 circle-shaped makeup sponges and make sure they're the same size, of course, and then you just want to glue them together to create the cake. And I've already glued these 2 pieces together, and I'm going to be placing this 3rd one on top as well. And it is up to you what you want to use to glue them together. You can use a strong glue, but then that also probably wouldn't be such a great idea, because since this squishy is so small, it is going to be quite hard when you squish it. So probably not the best idea to use glue. I recommend you use puffy paint, which is what I did. So what I did was I just made a ring all the way around the circle and then placed another sponge on top. And it's up to you how tall you want to make your cake. I'm just going to be making mine about 3 sponges tall. So that's what it should look like so far. So once you've finished gluing all of the sponges together, it should look like this. And I also made another one as well. So yeah, I definitely recommend you use puffy paint or fabric paint to glue them together, since it will dry flexible, like I said. And it won't be so hard when you squish it. So next what you want to do is you want to let these completely dry, and then we can move on to the next step. So once they are completely dry, next what you want to do is you want to cover the whole thing with puffy paint or fabric paint. And as you can see, I've already done it for these 2 and they're already dry as well. So you just want to add quite a thick layer of paint onto them, and then just spread it out either using a palette knife, or you can use a paintbrush or a butter knife, whatever you want to use to smooth out the paint. And really you can use whatever colour of puffy paint you want for this bit, because you're just going to be painting over it in the next step anyway. So for this one here, I'm thinking of doing a rainbow design, and then this one here I painted black because I want to do hopefully a galaxy design, and then this one I painted white as well. So hopefully the design should come out pretty good. So now moving on to the next step. Here's what they both look like once I've finished painting them. So first of all, for this one, which is the white cake, I decided to do a rainbow design like I said before. And I'm not going to lie, this was pretty difficult to do because since these are so small, it's not easy trying to do such small details. Especially the letters, I kept messing up on the letters, so I ended up wiping off all the paint and then repainting it a few more times. So I just used all the colours of the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue and purple. And then I just painted a line with each colour and then just swiped it across using a palette knife. And again, you do not have to use a palette knife, you can use a paintbrush or a butter knife. And then I just painted on the words happy birthday, but I didn't write all of the letters for the word birthday because I was afraid I was just going to mess up, so I just put happy B-day or birthday. It's pretty much the same thing. And also added a little heart as well, just using my white puffy paint. And then for this one, which was the black iced cake, I decided to do a galaxy design. And I just used some purple, dark blue, light blue and some pink puffy paint colours. And what I did was I just added some random dots all over the cake, just using all of those colours. And then I just blended them and swirled them together using a palette knife again. So you can also see the design on the sides of the cake as well. Kind of. And then I just decided to paint on the words I love you using my white puffy paint, and I also added some dots for the stars. However, I didn't add any stars on the sides of the cake just because I didn't want to cover up any of the designs on the side. Sorry, it's quite hard to see, but you will get to see it in a lot better once these are dry. And this one I think I prefer just a little bit more, just because it was like a little bit more simple. And also I think I just prefer how the letters on this one turned out, because this one here, the words turned out a little bit too big. But anyways, next what you want to do is you just want to let these completely dry and then your squishies will be done. Also, another thing I nearly forgot to mention is I was using these two images here as reference when painting this cake. So I was partly inspired by these. And then for the other one, I just looked at a few more images on Google as reference, but then I kind of did my own thing for that one. So you can paint yours really however you want and use whatever colours of puffy paint you want. There are loads of different designs you can do. And I recommend looking at pictures of minimalist cakes on Google for inspiration. So here they are once they are both completely dry. So I'll show you this one first. And I think these both turned out pretty good. However, I think this one is more my favourite. Just because I prefer how the design came out on this one, even though I did have to redo it a few times. I think it still came out really good. And I didn't paint the bottom part of the cake at all, but you can if you want to. So yeah, I just really like how the rainbow colours turned out, and I think it looks a lot like icing or frosting, whatever you call it. And since I used puffy paint for these, they are quite sticky, as you can probably hear. So yeah, I just really like how this one is really colourful on the top, and then for the rest of it I just left it white. However, if I was to improve it, I probably could have made the letters a little bit smaller, but like I said before, I was struggling with painting on the letters super small, so I ended up doing them a little bit bigger. I like how it's shiny as well. So now on to this one, which is the Galaxy one. And again, the same thing, I probably could have made the letters a little bit smaller. I think these turned out a little too big. But still, I quite like this one as well. I think the design on it is pretty cool looking. I might have added too much paint in some areas and blended the colours a little too much, but I think it looks pretty cool for most of it. So as you can see, I did a design all the way around the sides of the cake. Again, it's very sticky, but these are both really, really soft and squishy as well. And again, you can paint yours whatever designs you want and use whatever colours of puffy paint or fabric paint you want. There's loads of possibilities. And again, you can just look up pictures of minimalist cakes on Google for inspiration. So yep, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, please feel free to request any more squishy tutorials you'd like me to do in the comments below. And also I am hoping to do a requested squishy tutorial next, so please stay tuned for that, coming soon. As well as a few more like random videos which I have planned. And yep, so I really hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!